The brain of an elderly person. The director of the George Washington University College of Medicine argues that the brain of an elderly person is much more plastic than is commonly believed. At this age, the interaction of the right and the left hemisphere of the brain becomes harmonious, which expands our creative possibilities. That is why among people over 60, you can find many personalities who have just started their creative activities. Of course, the brain is no longer as fast as it was in youth. However, it wins in flexibility. That is why, with age, we are more likely to make the right decisions and are less exposed to negative emotions. The peak of human intellectual activity occurs at about 70 years old, when the brain begins to work at full strength. Over time, the amount of myelin in the brain increases. This is a substance that facilitates the rapid passage of signals between neurons. Due to this, intellectual abilities are increased by 300% compared to the average. Also interesting is the fact that after 60 years, a person can use two hemispheres at the same time. This allows you to solve many more complex problems. Professor Monchi Yuri from the University of Montreal believes that the brain of an elderly person chooses the least energy-intensive path, cutting unnecessary and leaving only the right options for solving the problem. A study was conducted in which different age groups took part. Young people were confused a lot when passing the tests, while those over 60 easily made the right decisions. Now, let's look at the features of the brain at the age of 60 to 80. They are really rosy. Features of the brain of an elderly person. 1. The neurons of the brain do not die off, as everyone around them says. Connections between them simply disappear if a person does not engage in mental work. So, the suggestion is, start doing some mental work. 2. Absent-mindedness and forgetfulness appear due to an overabundance of information. Therefore, you do not need to focus your whole life on unnecessary trifles. Suggestion: stay focused. 3. Beginning at the age of 60, a person when making decisions uses not one hemisphere at the same time like young people, but both. So, stay smart. 4. Conclusion: if a person leads a healthy lifestyle, moves, has a feasible physical activity, and has full mental activity, intellectual abilities do not decrease with age, but only grow, reaching a peak by the age of 80 to 90 years. So, don't be afraid of old age. Strive to develop intellectually. Learn new crafts. Make music. Learn to play musical instruments. Paint pictures. Dance. Take an interest in life. Meet and communicate with friends. Make plans for the future. Travel as best as you can. Don't forget to go to shops, cafes, concerts. Do not lock yourself alone. Live with the thought, all the good things are still ahead of me. Here are some informations. The average age of Nobel Prize laureates is 62. The average age of the presidents of the 100 largest companies in the world is 63 years. The average age of pastors in the 100 largest churches in the United States is 71. This confirms that a person's best and most productive years are between 60 to 80 years of age. Therefore, if you are 60, 70, or 80 years old, you are at the best level of your life.